An important follow-up on one of the weirdest arguments ever made about the military's anti-gay don't ask, don't tell policy. Recall this surreal back and forth between Senator Carl Levin on the Armed Forces Committee and a retired Marine general named Jack Sheehan.
That was the largest massacre in Europe since World War II.
Did the Dutch leaders tell you it was because there were gay soldiers there?
It was a combination.
Did they tell you that? That's my question. They did.
They included that as part of the problem.
Pressed to name these people, he said, were Dutch leaders who supposedly told him that the Srebrenica massacre happened because the Dutch had gay soldiers on their payroll. General Jack Sheehan said he based his allegation on something he was told by a man named Hankman Berman. The Dutch responded by saying, Hankman who? There was a former chief of staff in the Dutch Defense Ministry whose name was General Henk van den Bremen. But if that's who General Jack Sheehan was thinking about as Hankman Berman, the general made it clear that he had never actually said such a crazy thing about the gay soldiers or the Dutch military. General Sheehan has now apologized. He has written an apology letter to General Bremen, saying that the U.S. military, and this is the letter that the U.S. military released today. In it, General Sheehan says, quote, I am sorry that my recent public recollection of those discussions of 15 years ago inaccurately reflected your thinking on some specific social issues in the military. To be clear, the failure on the ground in Srebrenica, he said, was in no way the fault of individual soldiers. You hear that, liberal, not discriminating Dutch soldiers? You are not responsible for a genocide. You're welcome, as you were.